So some more blurry new toy information uh,
Hot
about
off the press.
hot off the press. Hasbro about a month ago did a new trademark titled Movie Edition, which is probably for a subline of figures, and even had a new logo for it, which kind of usually confirms that it's going to be probably some kind of subline of movie toys. I've always had I had this theory when this news broke out a month ago. I was like, well, because we're probably going to be going into a Bumblebee movie year, so we're going to be getting a lot of product that's just kind of catered to that smaller cast of Bumblebee movie characters. That they're going to still want to have a movie line kind of existing on the side of that. So I figured that this movie edition stuff would probably be their excuse to go, well, we could still do like all this non-Bumblebee movie characters. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So, and now we have kind of an idea of probably where they're going to be going with this. Two blurry images just recently surfaced from what seems like it's yet another one of those. This one, I think it's Taiwanese Transformers uh, like Facebook groups from the Asias, and we have Transformers 2007 Brawl and Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Both of them are blurred out, but looking at the blurry images, you could clearly tell that, especially from the Brawl, you could clearly tell that these are huge engineering steps up from Brawl, especially Brawl. Pretty much, he had that leader class toy, he had that deluxe toy, and then if you really want to get into the nitty gritty of crap, he had, that fast action battler and a Legends toy. Like they're really, and every single one of those, whether it be that crazy leader class with all the lights and sounds, or the
Right.
or the deluxe, very limited articulation, boxy kind of toy for a movie toy that still was pretty complicated. And then we look at these blurry images, and even though they're blurred, you could still see that it's not that same Brawl anymore because he's striking a dynamic pose, which
Right.
that original Brawl toy, for anyone who's messed with it, cannot really do that. Because it also had that, I think that I think it was called automorph gimmick back in the day, which if you
Oh.
twisted one thing, another thing transformed. Like it was all kinds of like weird stuff that they had with those leader class toys back then in 2007. So it looks like I mean, we don't really have an idea of scale yet, although I mean, judging by the way this looks, I'm thinking that this is like something that's a Voyager 2 leader class scale. It says that it's also going to come with a little background, like a little
Yep.
dynamic background and stuff. And I mean, just looking at that brawl really shows that it's a step. It's not just a repackage of the old toy, it's a brand new thing. Because when you look at the Megatron looks similar to the original 2009 Revenge of the Fallen Megatron toy, which I think is weird that they went with that one. But
Hmm.
I mean, again, it's their call because that one wasn't terrible. But I guess they want to revisit it and give it new articulation. Maybe because Revenge of the Fallen was like, oh, it's the best-selling Transformer movie of that time or whatever. I don't know. It's weird that they're going with that one. But I mean, I could see them doing the brawl for various reasons. I mean, the funny thing is with 2000 like Brawl, the 2007 toy still goes for decent money on eBay because he doesn't have a lot of good toys.
Yeah.
Again, he has a deluxe toy that's totally out of scale with everybody, a Legends
Hmm.
toy, which again is totally out of scale, a fast action battler, a whole bunch of silly repaints like Desert Brawl and whatever, but the basic Army Brawl, you have that one leader class Brawl,
And
and
that's it,
and
basically.
that's it. And that one goes for 60, $70
Because
still.
it's the best you can get on the
Yeah,
market.
so I think, by doing this, they're tapping into a market, that that has still that hunger for it. And it looks again from these blurry images, the fact that it looks like it has articulation looks
Yeah, it's
way.
got like this bending knees and
Oh,
everything like
bending
that.
knees.
And
It
oh yeah.
has like it's able to like have a torso. Like it's just that old toy had a light and sound gimmick, so right away it was hindered by that. It had that it had like clearly the voice, not the voice box, but the battery pack and the lights and the sound effects. It had the automorph gimmick, So when you pull the button, the head would pop up and this would twist and turn. It had a lot going against. It's the same way how you look at the old 2007 movie Optimus Prime Leader Class as opposed to the 2009 Leader Class movie Optimus Prime from Revenge of the Fallen, and you see how there's a huge leap of evolution between those two toys. And it's the same thing. It's just that, Brawl never had a 2009 Revenge of the Fallen toy. They just, that was it. He died in the movie, and they marched forward with other stuff. So
Right, right.
he got punked by the humans, unfortunately. Josh Duhamel shot him right in the chest. But yeah, it's just, you know, I really dig this. I think this is cool. It's definitely going to fill a market that really has been. I mean, anyone now who has those. I'll tell you this right now. Anyone who's listening, if you have a 2007 Leader Class Brawl and you don't want it anymore, put it on eBay now and get the money now. Because, and I'm
Time to
telling you,
dump it.
look at sold auctions right now. It still goes for good money. Sell it now because when this thing comes out, that demand is going to go in the toilet. So go for it. What do you think of these?
Oh, it's interesting. It's kind of giving you like that little diorama thing going on. Like, here, get your toy and then display it all nice. I think they've been doing that for a while, but I think might be the first time that they do like, okay, let's hook you up with a full-on backdrop. Because
Um, to my,
we go on.
I mean, I think when it comes to movie toys, I think the movie
with
toys were.
with a transforming toy. I mean,
Oh yeah, well,
like I'm not gonna talk about the Unleashed line.
oh yeah.
I'm
No,
not counting that.
it's only existed, to my recollection, it's only really existed in movie stuff. When they used to they did these fancy box sets back in the day with the human characters. Like you get
Mm,
like a transforming Scorponok, and it would come with the three army guys, and it would
right.
come in a nice, I don't know what you like. I'll call it a bread box shaped
Right. Right.
box kind of thing, and it came with a nice background. But it actually was a selling point with the Cyberverse line. The Cyberverse line with Dark of the Moon had this where it's like, oh, and it comes with a background, and that actually was a selling point with the Cyberverse toys. So I mean, it's not the first time it's existed. It's funny that it's also movie stuff where it's a thing.
Well,
But
yeah, because the other thing I was gonna bring up was the remember the 3 pack of
oh
bumblebees
yeah,
we were talking about before,
yeah,
and then it comes in like the box looks like a garage. You
yeah,
can
and
open,
again,
close,
also
and all that.
movie. Funny enough. So
So, but what I'm saying is that like those are usually part of the packaging,
yeah,
and this one's like our selling point on the letterhead is backdrop included.
yeah.
You
The
know?
only and like I said, the only time ever it's been a selling point also was again those Cyberverse toys from
Oh, okay,
Dark of the
okay.
Moon. I remember the ones that would come with larger vehicles. They would say like, oh, and the backdrop, and you could take out the backdrop and it folds a little bit, and you would have
Mm.
like Ratchet on the moon, and
Mhm.
it would come with a moon rover and stuff, and you'd have like a moon background. So it was pretty cool. But it again, these look nice. I think I'm really curious to see that brawl. I really want to see that
Mm.
brawl because again, that old brawl toy is a tired old brawl toy. But I mean, it's still it's funny, and this is something I tell like a lot of those leader class movie toys. Sentinel Prime is another good example. Jetfire, where they really were their only good toy was that leader class toy.
Mhm.
Look at those eBay numbers. They still go for good money
Yeah.
because of that. Like same thing. Jetfire that combines with Prime, he still goes for a good $60 to $70. Like he didn't drop in value because that's like literally the best Jetfire toy of that continuity. There is a fast action battler, but it's kind of crap. There is a Legends, but it's kind of crap. So it's there. It just kind of peaks at that. So I'm curious about this brawl. I'm really curious to see when we get some unblurred images.